Anthropic has released a feature for Claude that I've been waiting for so long, and that is memories. So Claude finally has memories, something that ChatGPT has had for a while, but that I absolutely hated and never used for ChatGPT for various reasons. I'm gonna explain to you. But they just released this, and I think they did it in the best possible way, so much better than any of the other LLMs. Really, just ChatGPT that does this as well. And yeah, it's gonna really absolutely change how I work with Claude and how you're gonna work with Claude, and really take it to that next level. So you could see their announcement here on X. Claude can now reference past chats, so you can easily pick up from where you left off. Just run this really quick. You could see their little demo here, asking, I'm back from vacation. What are we working on last week? And then Claude will go and look through your chats, right? So here you could see that it is pulling through all of them, anything relevant to this individual's vacation, and then it's going to show it to you right here in the thinking section, in the thinking bar, and then use all of your past chats to do this, right? This is rolling out to max team and enterprise plans. This was yesterday or the day before, with other plans coming soon. All right, and everybody's talking about it, or not enough people are talking about it really. So I just wanted to show you really quickly, one important point that The Verge points out here is that, there's an important caveat here. It's not yet a persistent memory feature like OpenAI's ChatGPT. Claude will only retrieve and reference your past chats when you ask it to, and it's not building a user profile, according to Anthropic spokesperson Ryan Donegan. This is like good news for me, and I hope that they don't, I hope that they don't try to turn it into a persistent memory, to be honest, until they're absolutely sure that it can work well, because it does not work well on ChatGPT for me. Why? Because when you flip on ChatGPT's memory, your memories start bleeding into all sorts of different chats. Maybe this works fine if you are just, an individual using ChatGPT just for yourself, or maybe just one client or one job. That's fine. But when you're someone like me who has multiple clients and you are doing various different things for each one of these clients, plus your own business, you can't have all these memories bleeding into other projects or other chats. It's a mess. And then one other thing I noticed with ChatGPT is that oftentimes what will happen is, even after you delete chats, they don't delete from the memory. Okay. So like I would find that I would be, talking to ChatGPT, and it would start referencing memory from things that I had deleted, last week. So it really does not work well. And I absolutely hate memory on ChatGPT. So I always have it turned off. For Claude, it's different, because now, like you're going to see here, it only references these when you specifically ask, or you explicitly tell it to look at its old chats or look into its memory, right? So you have much more control over it. And the other super important thing to know is that, uh, and perhaps the most important thing to me, is that you have two types now of memory in Claude. You have here in your project, which you can see here, right? I'm in my project. Now, if I ask for it to reference its memory or look into its chats here in this project, it is going to be constrained to this project. It's not going to look outside of all the other chats. That was not the case with ChatGPT when I would use it. Even if they said it was at some points, it wasn't. I would ask it for memory in one spot, and it would be pulling memory from another. But not this. This will only pull it from the project that you're working in. Or if you do it in your regular chat, outside of a project, it's only going to pull in from those, your general chat. So it's a big deal, because I have, different projects here set up for myself, different little systems. For example, this one's for social media. I have ones for my newsletter writings. I have one for my cold outreach, and then I have ones for my clients. So it just helps so much that I can just deal with the memory inside each one of those projects. It's like, for real, a game changer. It's a big deal for me, and for anybody trying to use this for different clients. Now, how to turn it on? It's very simple. You are going to just go over here in your settings on Claude, right? Go into your settings down here, and you're going to see right here, conversation preferences, search and reference chats, allow Claude to search for relevant details in your past chats. All right, you're going to toggle that on, and now memory is turned on for Claude. It's as simple as that, okay? Going back here, like these are all my projects right here in Claude, right? I have a couple different ones you can see here. I have one for demo systems that I built for clients, client acquisition, social media, AI Disruptor, which is my newsletter, and then AI Writer Ops, which is my training program. So I have all these different projects here. So I'm going to go to the social media one here, which is a new one I just created and started using for like YouTube Shorts, titles and captions. I have this system built out here in my project. I have a couple context assets uploaded here, like my voice DNA, my ICPs, my growth story. So this is a work in progress here, but just for you to see simply how, how this works here. I can work in this chat. I have two chats already in this project where I was working on YouTube title strategy, and then I was working on some social media posts about Notebook LM. I can just tell it what have we worked on in this project, just for you to get an idea and just see how it works. You can, this is very straightforward. It basically has memory now contained to its projects. But you can see here, this pops up here, looking for relevant chats in this project. That's the new thing. You can see this here. It looks through, it tells you which chats it looks through. You can click on these and it'll literally open up that other chat, right? All right. And then it's going to just tell you based on our previous conversations in this project, we've been working on creating YouTube short titles and captions specifically for your content. Here's what we covered. It's going to give a thing of the primary work that we've done, some specific projects we've worked on, key patterns we established. So this is incredible. This is such a big deal. I've been waiting so long for this. It turns your LLM, it turns your Claude or your chat into much more than a single chat. It's all part of a bigger system with memory now. And this is a big deal for when you're working with your clients and stuff like that. So go test it out. For sure, try it out. There are many more use cases that are going to open up with this. Make sure to toggle it on and just remember that, it is contained to the project that you're working on. So, and you always have to explicitly tell it to reference those chats.